Welcome, everyone. This is Glenda Dawson, and you're watching channel messages from the councils, whether it's the original council, Council of Nine, Council of Light Beings, or Light Beings in general. They show up, or we do this every week. They don't just show up, they show up for us all the time, but we do this every week at their guidance to get coordinates so we could all travel to different places where it would help to start the remembrance of who you are, of your gifts, of your journey, of whatever it is that you need to remember that you may have forgotten. Maybe you obtain even answers to dilemmas that you're experiencing at this moment. So I do want to thank you for being here every week. And if this is your first time, just enjoy, be open. And if you don't know how to travel, just set the intention that you will travel with us wherever we go. Now, this is in the light for everyone's highest good. So even though we may experience things in a certain way, you may experience them in a different way because you may need something a little different today. And that is perfectly fine. The idea is to be open and willing to receive whatever it is that you need to receive at any given moment. Now, if you cannot watch this live or completely, or you have a very an environment that doesn't allow you to be in a quiet space and a meditative space, you could always continue to try it, but you could always watch it later, since this is being recorded by YouTube and certain other platforms at the same time as being streamed. We stream this every Sunday night at 7 p.m. Eastern. And of course, hit the like, hit the subscribe button. That doesn't cost anything. And share, please. With that being said, just close your eyes, take nice, slow, deep breaths, and allow whatever happened today that was not for your greatest good to just be released. Every single time you breathe in peace. You breathe out, you're releasing any negativity that may have accumulated in your body or in your psyche. And now continue to elevate yourselves by doing those breaths. If you need something to guide you with, think of the ocean and on the beach how the waves come in and then go out just peacefully, just in that same rhythm. And allow yourself to follow that without any distractions. If there's any noises that you hear in your own environment and you want to use that as a way to go deeper into meditation, please do. You can set that intention. Now I open the floor to the members that are here. Welcome. If anyone has coordinates, please share.
10, 21, 13, 5, 7, pink. 10, 21, 13, 7, 5, 7, excuse me, pink.
Okay. So what I am experiencing is what we would call dinosaur age. Oh, that's what it looks like. I don't even think it's this planet Earth. I think it's a different planet. Yeah, the sky is different. But I see very big, best way I can explain, flying dinosaurs. I don't know. And they're just flying around. I see a dragon or two also involved, and just relaxing and kind of sliding all around. And then out, the sky is very orange, which is strange. It's not like it's a sundown or a sunrise. It's not cloudy, it's just orange. And the grounds, they're very dark. The dirt is very dark. Um, there isn't much per se right at this place growth of any greenery, but everything appears to be very rich. The ground very rich and dark. The mountains that are I can see further out are also very dark. Um, and if you look down in the middle of all this, is a little valley where there's it looks like some shelters. I'm not going to say houses because they don't look like houses, but some type of shelter and some liquid or water in the middle.
I concur.
Um, it is, uh, and even though we are in the middle of what it appears to be dinosaur area at era, um, there's no fear or anything. It's like we're all coexisting perfectly fine. Um, I do see in the valley some movement, which I'm assuming is some type of being. I can't say humans because they're too far away yet for me to see, but I do see some movement, like some workers or people, I'm not saying beings moving around.
They're Arturians.
Okay, thank you. Yes. Yeah, okay, yes, concur. Feeling the energy now.
There's also, for lack of a better word, a stream like something fluid, whether it's water or not. I don't know. There's just something fluid that we would call a stream for lack of accurate words.
I know it's yeah, because the liquid the way I see it, the liquid is it's glowy. It's glowing a lot. So I don't think I would call that water per se, but it is some type of,
It's a life force drink.
okay.
There is vegetation. It's just not, humans would typically think of greenery as being an indicator of it. A lot of browns and deep purples and shades of black, if that makes sense,
Mhm.
is the form of, or those are the colors of the vegetation, I should say.
Yes, I could concur with that. At the first glance, I didn't see any green, but yeah, I do see now, and as I'm walking downward, I feel I'm touching the dark purple, almost black plants,
Hmm.
um, which are lovely, actually. They make great addition to my garden over here. Anyway, and it's like when I'm walking through that, I'm receiving energy. Um, I mean, I even feel my hands pulsing when I'm touching it.
And there are teeny tiny white flowers on it that will evolve into a red fruit of some sort. The red fruit is used in ceremony. The red fruit is used primarily for ceremony and sacred times, but it also enlivens and healing restructures things for those that are need.
Okay.
Before you started walking down, the land was rumbling deeply, calling, beckoning.
Mhm. Yes, I felt the pull. Um, and wasn't exactly a, hey, how you doing? You want to come down? It's like, calm down.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay. But it is for everyone's benefit if you are being pulled to go down to go. Because when you pass through these plants, you are receiving healing, you are receiving remembrance. Um, I'm experiencing like if I touch a certain type of plant, there are different plants, but if I touch a certain one, I'm remembering at lifetimes that were here on earth. But I touch another one and then I remember lifetimes in other places.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then as I continue going down and I touch other different types of plants, each is giving me different type of information or download or codes that are required by me or for me for my benefit. And if we each touch different plants on the way down, you will receive what you are required to know or what you need to help you to continue giving you um, more knowledge and open up more channels in you to take you to the other level, to continue providing you what you need to ascend.
As we approach the village, there's a shimmering veil. It's not that it's hanging from anywhere. There's just a veil too that, if you want to say it protects the inner sanctum, I'm fine, but it's not a barrier per se. But going through it it's exciting, it's invigorating, it's daunting.
Mhm.
Tingly. And it's only but a brief moment. It's just there you must go through the veil in order to get to that which lies beyond, which is a village of sorts. Um, the Arcturians use it as an outpost. Um, they cultivate the herbs that they use for healing there. Many of those herbs you touched, Glenda, on the way down the hill or down the path.
I don't know if you're experiencing this, but the air or the atmosphere past the veil seems to be cleaner.
Mm-hmm.
Just even when I'm breathing, it's easier to breathe in there.
Even the Arcturians have to wear an adapter that they use when they go outside the veil to harvest.
Mm. Yes. Okay. I am getting that one of the reasons everything is so dark, the dirt is dark and rich and all that is because at some point there was a major um, catastrophe, and they're trying to bring back, make it so people there could be beings that are living and cultivating and so on. And that the reason it's black is because it all got burnt, what we would call burnt. Um, it's they're trying to save this place, and they're showing us this so we don't make the mistake that the occupants of that planet made. They're trying to bring the surface to a new beginning and reliving alive again. And that seems to be the only type of vegetation that can exist at this moment there.
In the huts, the only way I can describe it is uh, they are structured internally with what we would say are hydroponics. It's kind of an incubator for the life that they've brought with them to replant, repopulate this area. And their work is both within the huts and gathering the seeds that remain, despite the burn or catastrophe or whatever it was. The seeds still remain, so they're cultivating those seeds in these hydroponic-esque apparatuses in the buildings.
Yeah, I wish humans had a better vocabulary to explain these things, because we're bringing it down to the bare minimum, but it's so much
Mhm.
more than how
What
we
we can
can,
describe.
right? Yeah.
And yet what is need to be expressed is expressed. That's all I can,
Hmm.
we've been assured of that.
Right. Um, and from my understanding, it has taken them thousands of our time, years of our time, as we see time, to have this bit of vegetation growing. So
Great
it
patience.
yes, great patience. And they're you know that the job is not done by any means. In their eyes, they want this place, planet, for intents purposes, to have a life again. It's like Earth, which Gaia is a living being within Earth, that also has a living being within itself. And it was sending out stress signals. It was sending out energy of basically help before I completely die. And they came to the rescue. But it's a lot of patience. You need a lot, it's a lot of work, and in earthly time it's a lot of time.
But they're also asking for, the Arcturians are asking for volunteers to help support their work. Great. It's energy demanding, yet their their spiritual practice is such that they stay renewed, but more hands make lighter work. So if there's anybody who feels drawn to assisting them, they're asking them to freely come to assist. And uh, though the work may seem painstakingly slow to humans, uh, the rewards are extraordinary.
Mhm. And what I heard is, if you are willing and ready to do, don't think, how can you do this? In your sleep, right before you go to sleep, you set the intention. And with the intention that you are going to help, you will. Because unlike humans, um, they do a lot of energy work.
Mhm.
So you could do energy work whether you're awake or asleep.
And if 10 people responded to that plea, um, it becomes amplified through the veil. That is the only way I can express it. And it's as if 1,000 people or 1,000 souls have come to assist. So
Mhm.
please consider setting that intention.
Yes.
They're saying too that if there is a response to their plea for help, the work not only is amplified, but you set the seeds within yourself to be able to do this in other places, possibly here on earth when necessary.
Mhm. Mhm. And let me tell you, they're not stopping. There's just
Mhm.
they keep moving. Each one of them knows what they need to do and they just do it. No, I don't see anybody slowing down. I don't see, even when they're talking to us, they're just talking to us, but they're just moving around.
Time is calculated so differently. I mean, it's not even something that I think the average human brain can remotely wrap itself around. Their need for rest and sleep is very unique and different from ours.
Mhm.
By breathing in positive energy, there's kind of a self-renewal. And that stream that we identified earlier, when they do need replenishment, they draw from it and are replenished. And yet they work in shifts, not 8-hour shifts for sure, or like 1,000-day shifts. Then they take that time at the end of their shift to spiritually renew, detox, if you will, small fragments of the negative that they've collected just by their work needs to be cleansed and let go of, and um, that patience requires deep-seated knowledge that what they're doing is life-giving and worth every second that they apply to it.
Part of what they do, they sort of give like it's like giving Reiki to the seeds. They plant the seeds and they send energy into the seeds, and once it's planted, every day they spend some time. At least it's at least part of what they do. They spend some time giving Reiki-like energy to the plants to keep them healthy, keep them growing strong.
Yes.
Wow, there are subterranean rooms, warehouses, libraries in this place. So what we see on the surface is a very, very small representation. There's vast communities subterraneally living, growing, and perpetuating the work that we see evidenced on the surface, excuse me. But the plants at this level, ooh, are vibrant, are beyond magical.
I'm just enjoying.
It's like a kaleidoscope after shades of grays. You know, I don't know what to say. And this is where they go to rejuvenate, but it's also their heartbeat that they express lovingly and without reserve. Again, time is not even a factor, at least as far as human abilities to perceive. A day may be I don't know, 2,000 years in human time. I mean, that's how out of cognitive framing it is.
Mhm.
Um, but there's a great deal of joy there
Yeah.
and peace
Mhm.
and clarity of vision. They all know what they need to do. Right? There's no doubts. There.
Mhm.
Uh,
Oh, and I just heard, oh, silly humans, there's not even competition.
before you said that, I saw the most lovely shaped artistic heart form
Mhm.
before you said that.
Tishkatitarukatamrataishtatai urulakaraitatailikitirukurukatare baralagita irukurikasarara baralitirukurudirikarulakarititi. We send you love. We send you peace. And this is the best way we can express it. Your human minds may not understand as much as we do, but they used to. You used to understand us very well. You used to be on the same page for a long time. You were in the same energy field and vibrational status as we are. Kushtabararikitididu, irukushturu labaralaikitishtakitiru horabarikitinibrulubara. You have chosen at one point or another to not remember. And we are here upon your request to give you the codes for you to remember what you knew so long ago. Irukarasi shustovralari titi urukushuradatai radakatati. Just enjoy this place. Re-energize with us. Bring back to you as much as you can. Feel the difference in your energy field. Let this place, these plants, let this energy field renew yours and give you more strength and more energy to do what is required. Enjoy.
One of the plants there is kind of the flower, if you will, is like a sort of a bulb. I don't know if it's like, you know how like a rose is closed and then it opens. I don't know if this is what it looks like before it opens, or if this is just that type of shape. And it glows sort of a purplish, bluish purple kind of color, but the whole bulb glows. And then there's like what we would consider leaves and stuff around it, but it's very beautiful.
It will blossom later fully. Mm. While you were receiving messages, Glenda, a white bison appeared and pawed at the earth, and I felt the rumblings. Um, but they were rumblings not of destruction, but yeah, unification is the best I can come up with. There is oneness of spirit in this community. Almost a single-mindedness, but not in a negative sense. Just so focused on what needs to happen, and it's done freely, willingly, without regard to personal expense. And it's fulfilling.
Mm. Oof. So many things happening at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And for the record, they put the seed in, and basically within our seconds, they could start seeing some growth to it. So there's a lot of energy here, as you can well imagine.
From that energy, I kind of see, I don't know how many people know what a dirt devil is, but in the desert, the wind kicks up the sand and it makes a whirlwind. And that whirlwind are creating rainbows in this inner atmosphere. Really cool.
Is that to your left? Jazz, do you see that to your left?
Mm-hmm.
And then when you said that, I was pulled that way, and I was like, okay, hold on a second. Let me finish over here. I'm taking everything in here. Yeah.
To the left leads to their libraries,
Mm.
or what we would call a library.
Mm-hmm.
Shelves, if you will, of reference. There are so many plant types within the universe that no matter how knowledgeable you are, you still need a reference. Um, and you can go to the library, know what it is you're looking for, and just think about it, and you receive what you're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like they had their own private entry into the Akashic record or something like that.
Mm, they are part of the Akashic records.
Mm-hmm.
So there are some that are guardians, or how can I say that? I heard that term the other day. Oh, librarians, kind of like librarians, where you go and you say, okay, I want to reference this, and they go and get you whatever it is you need from there, or they point you to the right direction. um,
This library is a relay station for other planets, other repositories of development, I'll say.
mhm.
whatever you call the structure that we're in. Development. That's all I can call it. It's
It is. Yep.
some people might excuse me, call it a laboratory of sorts. It's not so much experimentation, but it's similar in concept of development.
It's a place where information is gathered
Mm-hmm.
to an ever-growing library of reference. That's the only way I see it. I can see it.
And they can test hypotheses and whatnot there as well. Part of the work they do is trying to, as fast as things are going, to humanize, they're looking at ways of making it replicate even faster.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my brain just kind of had a explosion. Sorry.
It's okay. It's beyond our limited comprehension and our limited reference, point of reference. So it's for us, it's just like poof.
Exceeded ability to create database in this parameter.
Yep. There you go. Exactly.
My brain is saying danger, danger, Bill Robinson, danger.
Yep. It's just very interesting. Oof.
I mean, we joke about it, but it's so phenomenal that it's. I joke because there's such a limited ability to express what we're experiencing, and that's as close as my brain comes.
Understood. They're saying basically now, gather as much as you can, walk around, experience as much as you can, because they're not going to let us stay here much, much longer. They are sensing that there is something that's coming that should not find us there.
Okay.
And, look around, everyone. Take nice deep breaths. Let your lungs clear. Let your visions see everything. That touch as much as you can. Maybe breathe in and not just let your lungs clear, but breathe in and smell the nice aromas from all of everything that's around. It's very different than what we are used to seeing. One of the messages that I just got is that although this place died by the hands of those inhabitants, that there is always a opportunity to start fresh, to start new, to redo things in a better way. So there is no the possibility of destruction lessens with each positive thought that you obtain or think about or even keep.
Star seeds are being rejuvenated. The star seeds have been buried deep within, but they are coming forth.
Mhm.
I'm expressing my gratitude to our host who's been kind of taking us around and monitoring our reactions to translate as much as possible to bless us with presence.
Yes. Yes. And it's very different. Very different. But it is very interesting. And for the record, most star seeds went through there at one point or another. And every species there is of what we would call galactic or aliens or anything that sort has gone through there. It's kind of like a rest stop, if you may, to rejuvenate and then go.
And,
Just
a few moments ago, I was seeing like a blur in front of my eyes, like something was either fast forwarding into the future or fast forwarding into the past. I couldn't, it wouldn't stop long enough to see what what was happening, but there was that definite sense of movement of time, either forward or backward.
Mm.
in the time that we've been in the subterranean levels, the plant life topside has grown tremendously.
Mhm.
And we're being encouraged to touch those plants that we feel drawn to before we leave, so that we may take with us messages that are meant for us as individuals, but also messages that will be shared at a later date.
Mhm.
The dragons have come
Mhm.
and are willing to take us back.
Wing pot, closed pot is now opening. It's sort of like a lotus as it opens,
Mm.
Ready?
but it is time to go.
Mhm. And so let's enjoy the ride, get on to the back of each dragon. You have your choice, there's many of them. And slowly they're taking off. And I see quite a few people. Thank you for joining us today. And they're coming now and taking us through that veil and going to the portal entrance where we came through. We didn't even realize. We're now on this atmosphere, slowly coming back into our bodies. And it's 5, 4. Bring us down, bring it down, go deep into your body, go back. 3, 2, 1. Start to notice your environment, the sounds, the smells in general, how you feel. Take a nice deep breath so everything settles and balances. And 0, open your eyes whenever you are so called to do so. I want to thank everyone here. Thank you to those that have accompanied me. It's always a great, great voyage. And thank you to everyone who is here today. Please, whether you see this live or later on, please remember to like, subscribe, and to share. And again, see you next week, next Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern. And as always, love you. Bye.